Hello, welcome back to my channel. This is where I talk about spirituality and politics and other personal things. So today and going forward, I want to focus my readings to be tough love readings. Now, I have always been a matter of fact, no bullshit, read what the cards say kind of a reader. And also in my personal life, I'm no bullshit as well. So as someone who does this kind of work, I see that a lot of people utilize these tools like astrology and tarot to oftentimes escape accountability instead of leaning into it, which is really what this work is about. You have to lean into yourself, the true you, deep down, and heal it. And so many people have been avoiding that work. What I'm trying to say is it's good to have spiritual tools as a coping mechanism. That's why we're all here in the first place, right? Because we have something to heal and we needed somewhere to go. But if you're not doing the work to actually heal these things, then all of this is in vain. We gotta cut out this love and light bullshit, all right? Spirituality and this kind of work and consumption of this kind of work is not about love and light. It's about light and dark. So we're gonna try out a new format and we're gonna see where it takes us, all right? This is still experimental for me as well as I try to figure out how to productively read the darker side of people without really scaring them. And that's the thing. I'm not trying to scare you. It's stuff that you're not looking at anyway, but it's right here. It's right here all the time. So I just want people to just look at the thing that's right here. Okay, cool. Let's get started. Hello, Aries. Okay, let's get started. We're going to have the cards be divided into 4 categories. The first is what you're avoiding. The second is how you're bullshitting yourself and other people. The third is consequences if you don't take action. And the fourth is the message from your shadow self. All right, so take a deep breath for me. I'm going to use 3 different decks today. Okay. Ow. I think I really like using multiple decks because whenever you get the same card popping up twice, it's always pay attention to me. All right. I can try to move the camera down, but I don't know how well. Oh, not bad. Okay. Not great, but here we go. So in the column of what you're avoiding, you got the 5 of Wands twice. So when you get the 5 of Wands twice, it talks about conflict and chaos, but if it's what you're avoiding, then maybe it's a confrontation that you've been avoiding. for however long. It's kind of like you would rather, Eight of Cups here, you would rather take your chances avoiding it and kind of walk away from the chaos, walk away from the conflict and fighting. So it's like y'all are running away from something, or you have already ran away from something. This is either internal conflict or external or both. So there's not a short supply of chaos going on in the world right now. Maybe a lot of you are using escapism or using some kind of emotional crutch to get out of this chaotic feeling. But yeah, it's just a lot. It's like a lot. It's not even bickering. It's just like a lot of stuff. Like, obviously the world, but I really feel like this is internal conflict as well. Like, there's something you're choosing to not deal with because it's too emotionally heavy for you. But you know what? Like, the things that are worth dealing with are going to be emotionally heavy. So you can either run away from it or deal with it and become stronger. All right, how you're bullshitting yourself and others is the Two of Swords. So yeah, more avoiding, more of not looking at the real situation. And it's because you guys want to come out looking like the King of Wands. You want to look like the king. You want to look like the boss. You want to look like you got everything under cover or under control. But underneath it all, you're just really, really sensitive, and you're hoping for some kind of new emotional opportunity to come out of this situation. But like, this is literally underneath the category of how you're bullshitting yourself. So you can't pretend to be this big bad boss when you're just kind of being a child about it. So that's how you're bullshitting yourself and other people. The consequences if you don't take action. So whatever issue this is for y'all, okay? You have the Knight of Wands here, and then you have the Knight of Coins in reverse, and then the High Priestess. So to me, I see burnout. I see burnout, and I see more of the same escapism because you don't want to look at the real situation. There is a lot of fire in and around you, but it's not being directed properly. So it's either there's a lot of chaos and conflict that you're avoiding, but at the same time, by you avoiding that issue, you're burning yourself out emotionally because one, it's either your guilty conscience, or two, it's just you are trying to do too much. You're doing too much and not enough of the right thing. So you feel burnt out, and maybe that's why you're running away from something. But it's saying that you're not dealing with this the right way. If you're dealing with this like an Aries would, by being super stubborn, super aggressive, kind of blowing past the main point of things, then yeah, you might feel like the King of Wands because it's fire and it's the same element. But if you're pretending to be the King of Wands when you're really the Page of Cups, like, this is you being really sensitive, really emotional, really immature, fucking Cancer season. So if you're pretending to be a king when you're really a page, and when you're pretending to stand in your element when you're really being the opposite of who you're meant to be, eventually, yeah, you're gonna burn out because you're pretending to be something that you're not. You're pretending that you've leveled up when you haven't. So don't do this to yourself. Like, either put in the work where it needs to go, or stop pretending to put in the work in other places that don't matter, right? It's like you're distracting yourself because you don't want to look at the real issue. And by distracting yourself, you're using all your energy in the wrong place, and then you get burnt out. And then you run to certain things like escapism, like drugs and alcohol, like any other emotional crutch that you're using to alleviate this discomfort that you feel. It's just not healthy. All right, message from your shadow self. You got the Four of Cups in reverse. You have the Nine of Cups. And again, the Two of Swords. So the message from your shadow self is that there is or has been an opportunity for you to get what you really want. There has been an opportunity for you to make the right decision, but you blew it. It's not to say that this opportunity won't come back around again, because I do see it coming in again, but it's you who has to accept it. It's you who has to open up to it. Now, I don't see this opportunity as an outright someone coming to you and handing you exactly what it is that you want. The multiple hands here on this cup tells me that this cup, it needs to be earned. It needs to be earned, Aries. And when you're avoiding the real work, you can't expect the prize or the opportunity or the money or the person to come in, because you haven't fought for it. Do you see how many other people are fighting for this? And how you're just sitting here without your cups like, man, no, I don't want to. The message from your shadow self is saying to get up off your ass. Get up off your ass, because there's more than one person. It's more than just you who desires this outcome, who desires to be at peace, to be emotionally fulfilled. That's what we all want in life. So what I'm seeing is that you need to stop feeling sorry for yourself. You need to stop blocking out the truth. You need to stop blocking out whatever chaos it is that you're avoiding. And you got to face it head on, because that's how you earn the end result that you seek. It's not enough just to role play being the King of Wands. You must embody the King of Wands. But you cannot lie to yourself about how you handle emotional situations. It's not good enough for you to just run away anymore. Right? Aries. And I'm speaking as an Aries to other Aries. Just because you run past an emotion doesn't mean you're going to have to process that emotion later on. Just because you force yourself to move forward or move beyond something doesn't mean that that issue, that emotional turmoil that you experienced that triggered you to run away in the first place, that doesn't mean that's going to go away. So it's kind of like a culmination of every issue you've ever ran away from. It's all coming up at the same time, which is probably why it seems like so much. But if you look, these people are just like fighting over petty things. Like, yeah, they might be like hitting each other with sticks, but at least it's not swords, right? Like they're not cutting each other. They're just kind of like bruising each other up. But when you have enough of these sticks hitting you, it's gonna feel like the world is coming down on you. It's gonna feel like a lot, because it is. It's because of all the things that you've ran away from before in the past are now catching up to you. So you have to deal with it now. And it's not even so much the actual situation, it's the feeling, it's the emotion of the situation that you ran away from in the first place. They're coming back now. So in order to get through the darkness, you have to go through the darkness, and that is where you'll earn the emotional peace that you were trying to run to when you were running away from this stuff. That's not how it works. All right. Ugh. Okay, Aries, hopefully. I mean, if y'all don't like this reading, then there's no hope for the other signs, because of all my signs, like, Aries should be the most open to this kind of stuff. But it's hard to hear about yourself, you know? But this is what I want to do. This is how I want to read from now on, because like, there's work to be done. All right, Aries fam, I will see you in August. Bye.